Ecamm Fam, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Marshall Creates with Ecamm. Happy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever day it is that you're watching this. If you're joining us live, welcome. You on a replay, gang? Welcome to you as well. It's good to see everybody. Mr. Moderator in the house as he is every week. I appreciate it. Mr. Cameron Junkie says Marshall Iverson. Yes, I did put the braids in. They're actually fresh as of about 20 minutes ago, to be honest. My wife was trying to throw them in real quick for me before the broadcast. Appreciate you. The honest accomplice. What is good? This is Dan, right? Good to see you, my brother. Katia, welcome. The hair's back. Yes. We got the braids in. Yeah, so you guys will be seeing, I guess, a bit of my hair journey as time goes on. The end goal, I think I mentioned it before, is locks, but I'm balding, and like up here, you can't really tell if my hair is getting thinner. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it off because I don't know how locks would look when you start to go bald, male pattern baldness. So I don't know, but that is the goal. That is the goal. But in the meantime, it's gonna be a combination of the bush, cornrows, whatever kind of protective styles I can have until then. So, but it's good to see everybody. You got Homesick Mac. I appreciate it. Thank you. Tatiana Teaches, welcome. Parker. Well, we got a lot of people in the building today. Cool. Awesome. So today we're talking about teleprompters, y'all. Teleprompters. It's a hot topic, at least to me. So, I just want to talk a bit about it and show you a few that I recommend as well. So, you put the dreads in your beard, you could be the next Pirates of the Caribbean. You know what? That's true. That is true. I don't know if my beard is long enough, but that's a good point. That is a good point because What's his name? Johnny Depp. He's out, right? Are they even doing anymore? I don't know if they could pull any off without him, though, to be honest. So, but yeah, guys, today teleprompters. All right. So, what is a teleprompter? I mean, if you guys are here, if you are in the Ecamm Fam, you probably already know, but let's assume you don't. So, well, you probably are familiar with it, at least from a news standpoint. So, in the news, they use the teleprompters. It's like a screen or a simulated screen over the camera lens. So, and they have the word scrolling on the screen, so the news reporters can read from it. So of course they use it on the news, they use it at award shows, a bunch of different applications, right? But as people who do video, live stream, record video for content, teleprompters are extremely helpful. All right. So there are three main uses for teleprompters. All right. Three main uses for teleprompters. The first one we talked about already, which is using it for a script. All right. Using it to read a script. The second reason is to use it as like a confidence monitor. So what is a confidence monitor? That is exactly what it sounds like. It is essentially a monitor that you use to monitor yourself. So you could, see how you look for confidence. So, okay, I don't have a boogie. I don't have a straight hair. I'm laughing because, I just got these cornrows in, right? And I have one gray hair on this side. It's like pretty long. And I was joking with my wife. I said, look, the one hair that you missed to throw up in the cornrows is my gray hair, my lone gray hair, straight gray hair. She's like, just pull it out. I'm like, no, I'm keeping it in. I'm keeping it in for character. And I'm actually speaking at a conference tomorrow and Saturday. And I said, when I meet folks, I'm gonna just move fast so they can't see the straight gray. But yeah, so the confidence monitor is to make sure that you look good, you feel good, you can, see yourself, kind of like, when you're taking a selfie almost, right? So, you don't have hairs and, you look polished, clean. And when you're looking at yourself a lot of the times, it kind of takes the nerves away, so it's almost like looking into a mirror. So that's one reason, the confidence monitor. And then the third reason is to look at people. Like, for example, how I use my monitor is like when I'm on Zoom calls, like I do group coaching sessions with the designers in my network, I'll have the grid of people on the screen, right? Which is to the right or left of me. But then I have one of these screens mirrored onto the teleprompter, which I'm looking into right now. And I'll show you guys what that looks like for me. So I can see them. I can look at them. Not only when I'm speaking to them, but when they're speaking as well. I can look at them and I can see them. It's almost like I'm looking into their eyes, right? Rather than looking off to the side and speaking to them, right? So it just looks a bit more natural. And I feel like it makes people a bit more comfortable as well. So even if you're on a Zoom call, Google Meets, Teams, or whatever, Skype, using it, even if it's just one person, to be able to look at them in their eyes. And what I like to do is position their face like right in the center of the lens. Of course, you would do that on your main screen and stuff would be pretty much mirrored, but position their face and their eyes right in the middle of the lens. So it looks like I'm looking them right in their eyes when they're speaking. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Oh, I get it. Right. Rather than looking off to the side a little bit, even though I'm still looking in the field of view of the teleprompter, but it just helps to have it right in the center. So you're looking at them right in the face. Right. So let me just check in with you guys. Yes. If you guys could hit that like button, I appreciate it. Totally pull that hair out. Look, I got one in my beard. I don't know if you guys can see it. I got one in my beard and one in my hair, in my head. So I don't want to say I'm embracing it because I got literally two grays, right? So I'm not in a rush to necessarily pull them out. I don't, but I think it's cool. Johnny Depp was canceled. And I heard, you heard Johnny Depp was canceled. I see what you did there. Actually, even people that can use teleprompter, I tried using it during keynotes. It came off more robotic than R2D2. Look, check this out. You kind of skipping ahead for me because that's one of my notes. It does take a bit of time to get used to, y'all, and I'm still getting used to it myself, but it does feel a bit weird at first when you're looking here, when you're not used to looking right into the camera and looking at yourself or other people. So it can come across a little weird as you start to get acclimated with it, right? I think one of the first people I used it with was Katie, and I envy Katie because she's not even using a teleprompter, and she can look right into the camera the whole time and have a full conversation with the camera lens as if she's speaking to you. I said, Katie, are you using a teleprompter? She said, no, I'm not using a teleprompter. I said, wow, but I think it was a meeting that I had with her where I started using it. So shout out to Katie. She's a beast. She's a phenomenal communicator. She's like the GOAT when it comes to just communication in general. I'm like, wow, she's not saying any uhs, you know what I'm saying? She's not saying any of that, and it's coming out beautifully. So yeah, one grade out, three more take his place. Experience week. Oh, bet. Well, I'm definitely not gonna be pulling them out then. I'm definitely not gonna be pulling them out. All right. So just to recap, you use the teleprompter either to read a script as a confidence monitor or look at people in the virtual face on Zoom or in your meetings. All right, or if you're just recording in general. So how do you use it and what's needed? So you use it by placing a phone or a monitor or like an iPad beneath the angled screen. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what one looks like. All right, and then we'll get into the software. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but you know, just to make sure that we're covering all bases, let me share my screen with y'all. Hopefully the right screen up. Let me move this over here and pull up a photo of one. So downloads. Okay, so this is the one I'm using right now, y'all. Can y'all see this? Yeah. This is the one I'm using right now. So you see my camera's here. This is the DesView T3 Plus, I believe. It's a bit of a contraption, as you can see, but it's sitting on, this whole thing is sitting on a tripod, ball mount head. And let me see if I can get a different angle for you guys. So this is like the front angle. So this is an iPad mini, 5th generation. And I have it plugged into my MacBook via Lightning to the USB-C or Thunderbolt or whatever. So you can see this screen is reflected onto this. So it is backwards, but that's why you use teleprompter software in order to flip everything. So the beautiful thing is you wouldn't be able to tell there's a lens back there, and when it's shown through, when it's filming you can't tell it's like literally a screen over top of it, right? A reflection. So I don't know what kind of sorcery they use for that, where they don't see it. I don't know. Assuming one side is treated, the other side isn't treated, like a double-sided mirror. Like an interrogation room, it probably works like that somehow. But that is essentially how it works. That's how it works. Okay. So, all right, let's jump back in. Let me check in with you guys again. Cool. We're good. So what software, so how do you use it? So you use a phone or tablet, a small monitor. So you saw I'm using an iPad mini, and the reason I got the 5th generation, I mean, even though they have a newer one without the bezels, but I'm literally only using it for this purpose. So I didn't want to spend it's like $500 for the new iPad mini. So I don't understand why there's so much more than just a regular iPad. Get a regular full-size iPad for less than an iPad mini. It makes no sense to me. And I'm saying that because I have 3 little kids, or one older woman. They have iPad minis, and one of my youngest son broke his iPad mini. Well, at least cracked the screen, and my wife wants to get him a new one, but it's like $500. I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, I got the 5th generation as opposed to the new one, because if you go with the 4th generation, it doesn't do. Apple has some like feature called Sidecar, where you're able to mirror the screen to the iPad wirelessly. You're able to mirror your screen. So if you just use it as like a confidence monitor, or if you just want to see people on Zoom, but you're not necessarily worried about flipping the image, then you can use Sidecar with the 5th generation and up. But you can't do it with the fourth generation. Even though, admittedly, I haven't used Sidecar with it. I just use some software called Yam. So that brings us to our next point. So you need the phone or tablet, a small monitor, or software. But before we get into the software, you can also there's another monitor called like a Lilliput. It's like a 7-inch monitor that people use, or you can use an iPad Pro. It really just depends on how big of the space your teleprompter has in order for you to put a phone or a monitor, right? But the software, there's a bunch of different software that you can use. Let me answer this question really quickly. Oh, why don't you just use a teleprompter app if you're doing a live demo? I get why you wouldn't otherwise. What's the benefit of spending all that money? On what specifically? So a teleprompter app. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could absolutely just use some type of app, but I don't know if I'm following your question fully, Dan. Let me know what you mean. You mean use teleprompter software? Oh, as opposed to the iPad. Yeah. So this iPad, the fifth generation, was like I got it used off on eBay. It's not even brand new. So you can get an iPad between about $100 to $200 depending on the generation. So I could have went with a like third gen, probably even second gen, and just installed the software on it, the teleprompter software, and would have been fine. So I spent 200 on this because I wanted to get the fifth gen just for future proofing. With the if Apple ended up coming out with some type of feature that allows you to flip your monitor screen using Sidecar, I didn't want to be left out in the dust, right? So that's the main reason I got the fifth gen, but it's still the one with the button, so it's not like the newer one, as opposed to the fourth gen though. You know, just to future proof myself, just in case they came up with some type of teleprompter button or something to say, hey, all right, now you can flip your screen when you monitor your screen. Though you can't do that right now. That's the main reason I got that. And George asks, can you connect a webcam type camera to a teleprompter instead of your DSLR camera? Yeah, you can put whatever camera you want behind it. The only thing is your field of view. You should be fine. But that's why I like the Des View, because it's built in a way where you won't have like vignetting, or you won't be able to see the sides of the teleprompter. I should have gotten a Parrot that's sitting over there on the floor. On the floor, on the bottom shelf over here. But some teleprompters, you see vignetting around the sides of your field of view. So it just depends on the field of view of the webcam that you use. You would just want to, if it's like super wide, you'll likely be able to see some like the corners of your teleprompter, which you don't want. But the thing is, in Ecamm, you can zoom in, right? Like this. So I'm on live demo mode, so you can zoom and pan. Like I'm zoomed and panned right now. So, but you can zoom and pan like this and cut out the corners if needed, right? If needed. So let me know if that answers your question. Okay. Or you have entire camera set up with the iPad, so you have a camera attached, which I get, but not using a webcam. But why not use a webcam and then have a teleprompter on your main screen? Why not use a webcam? I'm still not following it. So I'm using it right now. I'm still not following. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm having a brain fart. Why not use a webcam and then have a teleprompter on your main screen? I'm not following. I'm sorry, man. Because I am using it that way right now. So I think I am. So I have this screen right here. When doing the keynote, I have Zoom on my second screen, then the teleprompter on my main screen. So I'm looking directly at everyone while reading from the teleprompter. Have Zoom on my second screen. Okay, Zoom on your second screen, teleprompter on your main screen. Right. So you're looking at everyone, but you're reading from the teleprompter. So you're looking at everyone and reading from the teleprompter Let me know what you're talking about. Let me know what you're talking about. I see you. Okay, you have Zoom on one screen, and then you have your teleprompter on another screen. But which screen do you have on your teleprompter? What screen, like, will you have up here? Because right now, like, for example, I don't have my notes up here. I could drag my notes over into the main screen, but I have myself more of like a confidence monitor over here in this main screen. But it really just depends on the application. Like in Zoom, okay, I'm not using a separate device as a teleprompter. Oh, so you're saying you don't have an iPad? So you're not using an iPad? Is that what you're saying? I see. I get it. I guess it just depends on how big your monitor is. So you use your monitor, you use your teleprompter as a second screen completely. So you're looking at, see, the thing is, like, I do graphic design, right? Primarily. So I need both of my screens and I need to be able to use them to design regularly. And the size of the screen on the teleprompter, the field of view, I can't do any usable work. So I will be sitting here trying to do work like this, like for that second screen. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm on Zoom and, I need to read a script or something, I just have it up here. I mean, it works beautifully for that, even though I do have to zoom into the text. But yeah, man, I never even really thought about that or considered that. Do people actually do? I mean, you do it. You do it. Yeah. Yeah, that too. That's a good point. It's not using the real estate of my main monitors, but I only really use it when I'm recording, right? So, and I do need my other two screens. So I'm guessing you have one of your monitors like just flat, right? So that's very interesting, man. And you just use that only. Okay, I see what you're saying. But yeah, nah, this works best for me. Um, Gotcha. Okay, that's my camera to be the field of view. Cool. That's awesome. That's dope, man. I love to see that, Dan. If you could maybe email me, you have my email. Send me what that looks like, man. I'm curious to know how that works. That's really cool. That is really cool. Um, yeah, for sure. Like I need both of my screens all the time when I'm not filming. And I mean, when I am filming and I'm streaming, then this works perfectly for me just to be able to see some stuff on either screen, right? So I get it. I'm sorry it took me forever to figure out what you were talking about, but yeah, I got it now. Cool. So speaking of software, y'all, here's some software that I recommend. If you're just reading scripts, right? Of course, everything's gonna be flipped, right? So you need some teleprompter software in order to be able to flip your image because I'm looking at a mirror image right now. If I pull up the whatever's on there, it's gonna be a mirrored image and it's gonna be flipped the wrong way. So the teleprompter software flips whatever's on your monitor so it can be read. You're able to read it. Yep, cool. So Prompt Smart Pro is a good one for reading scripts, right? DesView, I believe they have some software. I think it's DesView or DesView. Because when I bought the DesView, they said, "Hey, go download this software," but I didn't do that because I use Prompt Smart. I use Prompt Smart primarily, and then I found out about another software called Yam. It's called Yam. It's like yet another monitor. I think it's called yet another monitor. I'm gonna share my screen. Look it up real quick. New window, Yam display. Yet another monitor for your Mac. So you can actually turn another Mac monitor into a monitor, like a secondary display. Like, how, the Intel iMacs, people were like, I wish you could just use it as a second display. You can now using something like this. And it is free to download, but I think it's $4.99 to unlock all of the features. So I use Yam Display. So I installed it on my Mac, installed it on my computer, and just open up the app on the Mac and open it up on the computer. I mean, it's not like a exciting website here, but it just allows me to flip everything, right? And it's easy. Teleprompter mode, I think they have it somewhere. Yam Pad. Yeah, so check out Yam. I don't know how I found out about it. I think it was on YouTube. And I'm using it right now, and it's worked beautifully. So that's one. The other one is Prompt Smart. And that's just for scripts, primarily. Teleprompter software, video production solution. So yeah, this works pretty cool. I've been using this primarily to read scripts. But now, honestly, since I started doing this, because before I would use my phone, but now I use Yam, and I just use my Apple Notes, and I just make the font really large in Apple Notes to pull up on the screen, right? So let me see if I can find one really quickly. Y'all, hold up. Go to my notes. Okay, cool. This is a perfect example to show y'all. So it looks like this. So I just have it like really big. And I just kind of scroll down on Apple Notes, right? So this is, if you guys saw this video, we just dropped it today, the Ecamm overview video, like the Ecamm basics video. So this is literally the script from it. So I don't even really use any teleprompter software outside of Yam. So I don't use Prompt Smart Pro for it anymore. For scripts, I just do it like this. So you just download Ecamm Live, but maybe you had it for a while, but you open it up, you're like, what is this? And what do you do with it? Don't worry, I got you covered. So I just scroll down like this as I'm reading it from the main monitor, right? And I like to position it right in the middle of the lens, the words, so I can keep my eyes like centered right in the middle. And I keep it kind of narrow like this because I don't want you to be able to really see my eyeballs reading like this. So you just download Ecamm Live, even though I'm exaggerating, right? Like I can't stand when you can see people's eyes reading scripts, bro, from a teleprompter. I do not like that. It just looks unnatural. Like, so you just download Ecamm Live. So I like to look right in the middle and just keep it scrolling down. I think this video is an introduction to Ecamm 101, okay? We're talking the very basics. By the end of this video, you'll know how to get started with Ecamm, and you'll definitely be less intimidated. So I don't know if you could tell, but I was reading just now. All right. So that's what I do there. So we got Prompt Smart, we got Yam, also Duet Display. Check out Duet. I believe it does require like an external USB dongle to have plugged into your iMac, MacBook, and or other monitor. I don't know. I think maybe just a monitor, and then you'll have the iPad. I think it works with iPad. You'll have the iPad as your other monitor. Yeah. So just one dongle, USB dongle. And you're able to mirror your screen and flip it as well. I feel like if Apple comes out with some teleprompters, like just one mode, one button, it's gonna be a wrap. One button to say, okay, flip my screen, because people do use it as a teleprompter. Yeah, so check out Duet. Okay, and what else we got? Sidecar, Apple Sidecar. You should be familiar with that. If you're on a newer Mac, you're just able to use it. Let me see if I can pull up the settings. Sidecar. I don't know where it is on here, y'all. You can add another monitor in here like this. Using Sidecar. I believe this is how you do it. But usually I just go up to the top. I don't know if you guys can see this in the screen share. You can't, but go up to the top in the menu, and there's like a little iPad or monitor icon at the top display, like the top menu bar, and then you can go down to display settings and get to that stuff up there as well. All right, let me check in with you guys really quickly. Duet doesn't require a dongle. Lunar Display has a dongle. Okay, gotcha. Parrot Teleprompter app. It's an iPad app, and we can use it in M1 Silicon apps. Oh, that's dope. I didn't know they had one. I should have known because I have a Parrot. Cool. And also, this is a bonus, and I'm saying that because I haven't tested this myself, but in my preparation for this stream, I came across the fact that you can go to at the top output a video monitor and then flip horizontally. All right. So let me see what happens if I do that real quick. Well, I didn't select a secondary monitor to monitor myself. And maybe it's because I'm on live demo mode. Let me see what happens if I end it real quick. Yeah. So I'll figure that out, and I'll share that another time. I've never used a video. I know you can output to a secondary monitor completely. If you're just using a monitor, you don't need any scenes. You have a second monitor connected. You can just output to that monitor and then flip it. I just haven't used it. I should have tried that out, y'all. Let me see really quick. Okay. Oh, okay. So I just sent my sent my Ecamm display to a secondary monitor. I went to output, start live demo mode. Okay, see, when I have live demo mode on, it doesn't do it. That's what happened. Video monitor. Okay, but I went to output and then I selected this, right? You guys can see this, right? Let me minimize this so it's not so much stuff up on the screen. Output. So this is my other monitor that I have in here right now. And when I did this, it sent my Ecamm Live preview window to the second monitor completely. So, and it's doing it right now. It's actually on live demo mode. So if I do flip horizontal, boom, it flipped it. I don't know if did it flip for y'all? Did it flip? Did it flip? Let me know. Let me know if it flipped. Yo, that's really dope. That's really dope. So if I was using the iPad, oh, so you know what? That would eliminate, I could use Sidecar, mirror my display, mirror one of my displays, and then come into Ecamm and flip it if all I needed was the Ecamm stream, like the Ecamm preview window flipped. That's dope. That's dope. But let me know if it's flipped for y'all though. I'm gonna unflip it now. I'm gonna unflip it. Video monitor, flip, output, video monitor, off. Okay, so now my regular screen came back. All right, so if you do that, if you do have a second monitor and you want like full control of it, that wouldn't be ideal. But if you have a monitor that you're just using for to monitor, like a conference monitor, or to have your Ecamm preview window on it, that's perfect. That would be perfect for that. Cool. Well, yeah, let me know if it flipped for y'all. Cool. So that was software. We talked about Prompt Smart, the desk view software, and Mr. Camera Junkie, you said that Parrot has some software as well. Now let's talk about types of teleprompters and their price points. So speaking of Parrot, let's look at the Parrot Padcaster. All right. Okay, we're still on live demo mode. Let me end this. So this is the Parrot Padcaster. So you actually sit your phone at below it, and it attaches to your camera lens, and it has these different lens attachments. I have one back here. Hold on. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna grab my Parrot Padcaster. Give me 1 second. Am I good? All right, cool. So this is the Parrot Padcaster. This is actually the one that I have and I've been using for literally years now. So it attaches to your camera lens, and the phone, as you can see right here, goes below it. All right, so I'm gonna show it to you how it looks. Okay. So this is what the Padcaster looks like. This is the opening for your camera lens. You take off this cover, like this is literally useless. I guess it protects it if you're traveling with it. It protects that front glass if you're traveling, but this is what it looks like. So you have your phone here, right? So you would sit your phone like this bottom piece. It's like a spring loaded type situation. All right, it's not gonna focus. There it is. Spring loaded. So let me stick my phone in it. Kind of have to force that joint down, but this is how it sits. Okay, sits right here, and then the front view, of course, I'm not mirroring my screen or anything to my phone, but you can see the reflection. It's going to focus. There it is. So this is how that works, and this would sit on your camera lens. but you would screw one of these adapters onto your camera lens first. And then once it's on your camera lens, you would just slide this onto your camera lens like this. Right. So then it would be fitted to your camera like that. So of course you will want to make sure you have a lens that would support this weight, right? And keep a small phone on there, because if not, then this could get kind of heavy. But they did come out with a new version recently, or it's coming out. You know what? It's on Kickstarter. So I'll show you guys that. Sterling, what's good? Just brought the Desview T3. Yes, and it's actually the one that I use as well. So I love it. I love it. Yep, Glide Gear. I'm gonna get that one as well. I'm not get it, but show you guys that in a second. So let me share my screen. So this is the new Parrot, y'all. As you can see, I don't know if I have any photos. Still mostly for mobile devices, not necessarily iPads or larger monitors. So as you can see, it looks a bit different. Looks cool, y'all. So it's actually on Kickstarter right now. They smashed their $10,000 goal. Smashed it. So check this one out as well. So it's about, I think, $130 to back this in order to get one. But the Padcaster by itself, as you saw on Amazon, the regular one is $100. So I think it's kind of expensive for what it is, to be honest. But let's look at some other options real quick, y'all. The Glide Gear that Paul was talking about, this is, I would consider, probably the industry standard when it comes to teleprompters for folks like us. It's a nice little carrying case. It is $200, but you can save $20 with the $20 coupon. So this is what the front will look like when you have an iPad sitting there. But I like the fact that they have like a dedicated tray for your iPad. So that's the Glide Gear. Okay. What else we got? The Desview T3. So this is the one that I have. Yep. So this is the one I have here. So this is what I showed you guys already. So I like this one. This is $129, but add a $20 coupon, bring it down to $109. T3S. Yep, T3S. That's the one I have. And some others that I saw that looks like it could work pretty cool is this. I don't know how to say that. iLockZ. It'd be $94 plus a $10 coupon, bring it down to $84.99. So this looks like it works similarly to the Glide Gear. So this may work. It's pretty good reviews, 464 ratings. And then this other one I saw by Newer, it's $197, but you have a $40 coupon here. So this is another option, y'all. This is another option. So yeah, if y'all have any other recommendations, throw them in the chat. So, you know, we can help each other out. Luxury item. Okay. Luxury item for most. What category streamer producer do you think would need a teleprompter starting out? It really just depends. So for example, for me, I started using a teleprompter because I wanted to do my videos a lot faster, right? I wanted to get my videos recorded a lot faster, primarily when I started doing tutorial videos for Ecamm Live in 2020. I felt like I was just taking forever getting the scripts recorded because I would look at the script and then try to remember it and say it back, and it would just take me like 30 minutes to get like 2 lines. So I started using it to just read through the material a lot faster, and you know, I feel like it probably didn't come across as more natural early on, And over time, it probably felt a little more natural. I don't know how natural it even sounds when I use it today, but it helps me to get the videos completed faster. So that's the primary use for it. And I think people know where they stand when it comes to that, you know. So like just like I didn't feel, I'm not gonna say I didn't feel comfortable. I was like, come on, it's got to be a faster way. Teleprompter, okay, let me use it. I didn't necessarily start using it as a confidence monitor until recently. So having the, you know, my video feed up and then being able to look at people on Zoom and things of that nature. So but yeah, it's definitely a luxury item. You know, it reminds me of my wife because she's like one of those. She's from the hood, right? I'm from the suburbs, so she's one of those like get it out the mud. Like I'm like I want this chair. It's like $1,500 chair. She's like, boy, if you don't sit on a cardboard box and get to work, she's like one of those, right? So I definitely feel you. Like you do not need a teleprompter to create content. You do not need a professional camera to create content. You can use your phone. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's all about what you feel could benefit you in your space, wherever you are in your journey, you know, wherever you are in your journey. So yeah, it's definitely a luxury item. You don't need it, but it's something that's nice to have, you know, if you use it the ways we were talking about. So as a confidence monitor or to read your scripts, which will help get things done a lot faster. And I feel like confidence begets confidence, you know what I'm saying? So as you use it, you get things done more quickly, right? Get it out in the world, get that feedback, make those adjustments, iterate. So it's like you get more confident because you're able to put stuff out a lot faster, in my opinion, right? So, and also I feel like the overall quality of your work or your meetings, you know, even just having a meeting that's a bit more personal because you have them up on the screen. That's a win in my book as well, right? Don't need it. You can still be like Katie and look directly into the camera. And you don't need to, but it definitely helps, at least in my case. So gas gear acquisition syndromes can be a serious affliction. Study have found that if you hide your credit card until symptoms disappear, you will be okay. Yes, y'all hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Please smash that like button. We wrapping up here, y'all. So just a couple tips that I have here, and I'm gonna pull them up on the teleprompter. Right. Even though I didn't enlarge the font, but I'm gonna try to screen. You know, I'm not going to pull them up on the teleprompter because I'm gonna literally be squinting. So bear with me as I look off screen at my notes. All right. So like I mentioned before, it will be uncomfortable at first, y'all. Just like Dan said, he tried to use it. Well, I think it was Dan or maybe somebody else, but it just didn't feel natural. It'll definitely take some getting used to. It will take some getting used to. Okay. And I do not recommend having your whole screen on there, even though this is literally what Dan does. But if your setup allows, of course, it's fine. But if you have your whole screen on there, and screen share stuff on there, trying to read your comments and stuff, for example, like if I have my whole screen on there, trying to read my comments from the teleprompter, it's just too small for me, right? It's too small. So I would have my comments on another monitor or somewhere where I can see it. That's a lot larger, right? And it's helpful to look off the screen when you're speaking direct. Like if you're doing, it's helpful to look directly into the camera if you're speaking to someone. But if you're doing like a tutorial type video, it's helpful to look off the screen into one of your monitors as opposed to directly into the teleprompter, because you kind of subconsciously guide the viewer's eyes, right? If you're doing a tutorial type video or doing like a screen share, when you look off, they'll naturally look off to whatever your screen share is rather than looking at you and your face the whole time as you're doing a tutorial video, because you have everything right on your teleprompter. You see what I'm saying? So it helps to subconsciously guide, okay, when Marshall's looking off, he's showing us something. He's doing a tutorial. When he's looking at me, he's speaking directly to me without doing a screen share. Does that make sense? Let me know. Let me see what else I have here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, y'all. That's pretty much it. That's what I have for teleprompters. Let me know what questions you guys have. That's a luxury item, reminds me of my wife. Yes. These people spend a lot of time learning how to use a teleprompter, so when they're reading, it really doesn't sound or look like they're reading. You need to practice. Yes, that's a good point. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. I feel like I'm a lot better now than I was. But yeah, practice is key, y'all. Practice is key. And that's a good point, Mr. Moderator, because when I see news broadcasts, I'm always amazed at how they make it sound natural, even though we're kind of used to that news type voice. Um, so so Sterling, he's been using Ecamm faithfully for 3 years, thanks to me. Say no. Shout out to Sterling. And he just started using a teleprompter. Yeah, Sterling's been a beast. He's one of those that are marketing is his thing. So he's a beast at communication as well. So but it's good to see you in the teleprompter family now, brother. I wonder how it changed your workflow, if it's improved your workflow. But yeah, if you guys have used teleprompters, if you plan on using a teleprompter, let us know. If this video was helpful, please drop a comment, hit that like button before you leave, y'all. And other than that, I hope you guys have a phenomenal weekend. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I'll be back. We're literally about to hit the road to Raleigh, or we're going to Savannah tonight. It's halfway, and then going to Raleigh tomorrow for conference. Right? I would have left by now, but I knew I had this show. I had to show up for you guys. So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all have a phenomenal weekend. And I will see y'all next week, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Quick plug for the Creators Camp. I almost said Creatorverse because that's tomorrow's conference. Creator Camp, y'all. Go ahead and register. Tickets are selling out, but it's in person. It's not going to be virtual. It's not going to be a virtual option. It's going to be in person. It's going to be a really cool event, y'all. It's going to be a really cool event this October in Massachusetts. I'm going to be there. A bunch of other Ecamm powerhouses will be there. We're going to be doing workshops. It's going to be hands-on. It's not going to be a conference. It's going to be like more of like, let's do this together. You're going to leave here really empowered, leave there really empowered. So register for the Creator Camp, y'all. All right, y'all. George, good to see you. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.